I'm sitting here with Michelle Bixby, the superstar from Penn State, and what she's going to do is show us some of her. What is her portfolio? What are you going to show us?
I'm showing basically what I did before Penn State that kind of contributed to me getting the job.
Perfect.
The marketing department was looking for someone who did, pose portraiture, and I used my combination of skills as a photojournalist and as, a family and wedding photographer to combine those skills and show them that, hey, I can do this and more.
Beautiful. All right, let's see what you have.
All right, so this one is just a shot of rallying workers that are going on strike because they weren't very happy with, it's kind of a self-explanatory image.
We'll just bomb through. Keep going.
Okay. This was just a woman who was saved from a fire and she was unconscious. It's just one of those shots where you have to be very careful about people's privacy and not showing the victims' faces. This is one of my favorite images from my portfolio because of all the colors and just the moment. It was a structural fire in the middle of nowhere that I actually saw smoke billowing in the distance, so I didn't hear it on the scanner. I actually just followed the smoke to where this was. And there were chemicals exploding. It was at sunset. It was just like a perfect moment.
Well, moment for the photo.
For the photo. This is a Sunday service. I just really love the long shadows and the color of the light. It was sunrise.
Now, how old were you when you started shooting these? Because you were saying you used these to get into Penn State.
I did. This is a combination of my entire career, starting from when I was a student at Penn State all the way up until this past May.
Early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s. I actually decided to start photography my junior year in college, and it clicked.
It blossomed.
So it was really wonderful. This is a tradition in Skinny Atlas, New York.
Well, I'm from Syracuse.
No, I'm not from.
I'm from Syracuse.
Oh, you're from Syracuse.
Yep,
That's amazing.
Skinny Atlas Lake.
Yes, Skinny Atlas Lake, and it's every year the high school graduates jump into the lake, and it was just like a really cool moment. It was a good, action shot, and it's full of surprises, I think.
Yes.
This is an Amish worker rebuilding a barn that had gotten a silo crashed into it one morning after a windstorm in State College, and he was rebuilding. It was one of those things where you usually don't get permission from Amish to take photos, but he was really cool about it. This is actually a photo I took as a college student. And this is one of those defining moments where I'm like, wow, I think I could really do this for a living.
Beautiful capture, beautiful.
It was 9/11 memorial. It was probably the 6th anniversary. And it was at the Flight 93 crash site. This is a recent photo. This is Take Back the Night. Her sister had gotten murdered by her husband, and they were just remembering her. It was just one of those really emotional moments. Those are the toughest photos to take because you feel like you're being very intrusive. This is my ebony and ivory photo, I guess you could call it. This was after Obama got elected the first time, and everybody was celebrating in Penn State University's hub. So this is one of those images that Penn State really noticed. They're like, wow, this is really, really great. This is just a candid shot of kids being kids. A graduate being a graduate, sneaking silly string in. Great facial expression, I think. Great lighting. This is a riot.
Wow.
I got right in there. I even got maced that night. It was my first macing.
I didn't mean to laugh about it, but in a case like this, how are you, from a technical side, nighttime, obviously using flash, what did you do in this case?
I tried to bring the shutter speed down pretty low. ISO was way up there. I luckily had a D700 at that point, so the ISO was pretty good.
Got it.
And it just, your flash either works or it doesn't, and it worked for this image.
From a technical side, because the photo's amazing. Great capture, great moment. From the technical side, on-camera flash, off-camera flash, what did you do?
I obviously couldn't run around like this.
Exactly.
Because
like a wedding.
People were pushing and shoving and getting maced. It was just on-camera flash. It was like an SB 600, I believe, at the time.
So,
and I had it set to TTL, and I was just praying. It
was
just
because the general rule, always take that off-camera flash, get the camera off-camera. Well, there's times where you can't.
Exactly.
And here's a perfect opportunity. Whether it's Nikon or Canon, the TTL systems, because the last thing you want to do is think, okay, what about my gear? What ISO am I at? What am I? So all that stuff.
You had to think very quickly.
Yeah.
It was just basically, I set it to the natural light exposure, threw on TTL, and just said, I really hope I get this shot.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it happened so fast, and you can even see a little bit of the blur in there. You can see the movement. It was. I got lucky. That was one of those things where you have time to think.
I'm glad you brought up a lucky thing, because luck is laboring under correct knowledge. And so when you're lucky, it's because you are out there doing this stuff. So really, it wasn't luck. You planned to be there. You planned to get that shot, and that's the difference between something happening as you're sitting around. You went to the action. So, all right, this is one of the last ones. So we can go on all day looking at them. All right, why is this? I love the shot. Tell us what this is.
This is Bryce Harper. He is sliding into third. I was sitting in the bleachers with a 300 millimeter lens.
Wow.
On my body. It was, I believe, I had the D700, Nikon D700, and I had the shutter speed way up. It was probably at about 500 there, just to stop the action. And it was just the right moment. You keep your finger on the shutter and you see them coming. It's pre-focused because I was expecting him to slide. I was expecting him to steal. Proper planning. Focused on the base and just waited for him to slide in.
Awesome.
Got the shot, and
now here's what's really cool about everything you're seeing, everything we're looking at. This was pre-Penn State.
This is pre-Penn State.
So for her to she couldn't just walk into Penn State and say, hey, I'm good, hire me. This was your proven track record to show them. Look, anyone can take a photo. It takes a special person to be able to continuously, consistently take the same shots. And under pressure, and be able to get those shots. But incredible job.
Thank you very much.
Michelle, awesome. Again, we're at Photoshop World, and here's some of the great talents that are here.